Well, greetings from Pennsylvania once again. This is November 25th, the day before Thanksgiving, and I'm back in Boiling Springs. And I was just here a couple videos ago, and I mentioned that we would be back here in this parking lot. Back behind me is the iron furnace is back there somewhere that we saw just recently. And up here is that lake with all the ducks and the geese and stuff in it. We had hiked down from the north to Boiling Springs. Now we're going to hike south from Boiling Springs. We're going to finish up the section here along the AT in the Cumberland Valley. Going to hike up into the South Mountain area. In a little bit I'll show you the map, show you the section that we're hiking. But in this video, this is going to be the first video where I leave out one of my those channel stickers, those channel badges that I got. I shared those in a video recently. Actually, I just uploaded that video last night. Well, for me it was last night. For you it was a couple weeks ago. Remember, there's a delay to these videos. But got a lot of positive feedback about using these or leaving these out, kind of like a geocache for people to find them. And I'll talk more, my map is going to blow away here. I'll talk more about that in this video, what I plan on doing with that. I got some questions about that and some ideas of things I can do with these related to that. All right, I got my map is trying to blow away here, so I'll get back to you in a moment here. And so here once again is our map of the Cumberland Valley, which extends from the Blue Mountain right here all the way down to South Mountain here to roughly what's called Center Point Knob right here. Right here is that White Rocks Trail. We hiked that just recently with some friends. So that's where I'm going to hike to today, from Boiling Springs down to this White Rocks Trail. It's about 3 miles. Of course, then we got to go back again. So that's the end of the Cumberland Valley and extends all the way up here to the Blue Mountain. So we've done all this section already. Just going to complete this down here. And then we're done with the Cumberland Valley. Still a few more places on this map I have to finish. A section down here, and there's a section at the top I got to finish yet. Alright, so let's get going again. But up there is Boiling Springs, and up there is where that lake was with all the ducks and geese. We might stop in there later again as well. But the trail heads on this way. Across several creeks up here. I think one is called the Yellow Breeches Creek. You know, there was that iron furnace we saw last time. Down there is the Yellow Breeches Creek. So we're going to get to cross this awesome bridge out there. Yeah, so just a little bit of a road walk here at the beginning, across some railroad tracks, and then the trail heads off into the fields. And eventually up into the mountains a little bit. So the first part of this hike will be out in the open fields for a while. When we get into the woods, I'll put my orange hat on. It is that time of year. But I should be pretty safe just walking out in the open. It's almost 12 o'clock. Got here later than I wanted to. There was an accident coming down Interstate 81. It's always kind of frustrating, but that's the way it is. But whenever you're in a situation like that, where I hate being on the interstate and traffic just comes to a stop, but you always got to consider that someone else is having a much more worse day than you are. Whoever was in the accident, obviously. All right, in a little bit I'll talk more about what I'm going to do with those channel stickers, those badges. So I'm going to turn you around here in a moment. You can see where we're headed to. Kind of see the South Mountain up here. So we just popped out into the fields. The trail goes that way and it'll cut back that way. But out there is where we're headed. Those mountains out there, South Mountain. One of those out there is called Center Point Knob. That's where we're headed. If all goes well. Yeah, so out here is just this one lone random section of woods. So I might curious to see if there's a reason why this is here. Because everything around is all fields and plowed and stuff, and why didn't they plow this one section here up? So let's just, don't really see anything. It would have been cool if there was like an old cemetery in here or something, or an old foundation, but I'm not really seeing anything from down here. Yeah, it just looks like a place where over the years the farmers have dumped rocks and other stuff from the fields. Just kind of like a little dump site like that. No cemetery. So we continue on, headed towards the hills. Yeah, we'll be out in the open like this for a little while. It's kind of chilly out here. Bit of a breeze. I was thinking it'd be a little bit warmer today, but the sun isn't out either, so that's kind of affecting things. Still beautiful out here all along. Just looking around, give you a 360 panoramic view here. And on we go. Getting closer and closer to those mountains. Got a road crossing here. Looks like Leydig Road or something like that. A little bit of a road walk here as well. Looks like the trail's gonna go down and cut across the fields and into the woods. I think we entered the woods right up in there somewhere. And the mountains await us. And yes, I have been doing quite a bit of Appalachian trail hiking lately, but as many of you know, I am trying to get done all of the Appalachian Trail here in Pennsylvania, section by section. It's one of my goals. I don't live too far from the Cumberland Valley. It was a beautiful time of year to do it. This will be my last, section hike like this. After this hike, the rest of the Appalachian Trail that I have to hike here in Pennsylvania is the typical rocky, stony, mountainous trail type stuff. No more of this open valley hiking. It's kind of nice, kind of different, but I'll be back. After this one, of course, in a moment we're gonna be up in the woods as well, but the rest of them will be up in the mountains. I think I'll be glad to get back in the woods. If my hands are cold, like it's out here in the open, any little breeze just, yeah, it really hits you. Not that it's terribly cold, but cold enough. All right, let's get to these woods. And I'll talk more about what I'm gonna do with those channel stickers, the badge. I'm not sure if they're actually stickers, but that's what they get called, channel stickers. And yes, down there is a common scene for Pennsylvania. You notice this field here looks a little brown. They're out there spraying manure on the fields. That's what they use to fertilize things. There's a smell in the air. Well, it doesn't smell too bad, but I can smell it. It smells like cow manure. All right, getting there. All right, we'll say goodbye to the open fields. Now we enter the woods. All right, I'm gonna find a place just to take a quick little break, change my hat, and then get going again. Stark contrast from the open fields to the Pennsylvania woods. Alright, so break time. And just as soon as you're in the woods, the wind just dies off. Not so chilly in here. But yeah, like I mentioned in a previous video, I am gonna set these out kind of like a geocache. Set them out at places that I go to. In this case, it's gonna be at the end of my journey here, where the Appalachian Trail meets the White Rocks Trail up near Center Point Knob. And I will show you in the video where I leave them, so you'll know where to look for them. It won't be a complete mystery. Or maybe sometimes I might change it up. You know, maybe I don't know. We'll see what I do with that. But anyway, I mentioned that like I said, in a previous video, not too long ago, and I got a lot of positive feedback about doing that. So I think I will. I kind of like the idea of it. It sounds kind of fun. And I am going to number them. So I didn't number this one yet, but I'll put a number 1 on the back of this. Maybe something else. Also, this will be like series 1, number 1, because there will probably be other types of these as well. Because I gotta email the lady who made those for me and ask if she can make more for me. Of course, I'll pay her for them, but see if she can make different ones too. So that might be kind of fun to have different editions and things like that. I know some people have asked if I could just mail them one of these, and I'm not going to do that just yet. I'm going to wait till I get more of these in. Like I said, I'm going to try and order more of them. Then maybe I'll do more of that. Of course, there'll be a small fee for me to mail one to you, because I'm going to pay for them as well, and it'll cost me a little bit to ship them out to people. But I'm not going to charge like 20 bucks for one. But what you pay doesn't need to cover the cost of, you know, making them and shipping them out. But we'll see what happens. I'm not going to do that right away. The ones I have, I'm going to currently use as like to place out like a geocache. Like I said, when I get more, then I'll start taking mail requests. But the ones that I mail out will not be numbered. I think I'm just going to number the ones that I have out in places like this. At least that's what I'm planning on doing for right now. And an idea I got from one of my viewers was that if you find one of these, you know, if you take a picture of yourself with the sticker and the location where you found it and send it to me, you know, I can post those pictures in one of my videos, or, you know, in multiple videos, if that's what you would like, just to you know, share the finding of these. That may be kind of cool as well, or even a short little video clip maybe. But we'll see how that goes as well. If you're interested in me, you know, sharing a picture or something like that of you, I can do that as well. That may be kind of fun. Of course, you can show which number it is too. Anyway, I think we can have fun with these, like just having these set around. Oh, and I do want to say too, I know some people expressed a slight concern. I know some of you can't hike that far. Like to get this one today, you're gonna have to hike the 3 miles up here, or like the 1 or so miles up the White Rocks Trail. I know some of you can't hike that far, but I will be setting these as well at maybe at the beginning of trails. Like at Summit Trails, there's like a wooden kiosk, they call it, which has like trail information on it. Maybe I'll slide one of these, you know, behind one of the other papers or something. Someplace that's easier for some of you to get. So, you know, if you struggle with getting out more, I'll try to make sure some of these are easier to get instead of, you know, having to hike miles and miles as well. So I'll take that into consideration as well. But like I said, I'm yapping a lot now, but I think we can have fun with these. So we'll see. All right, I'm gonna get moving again. Get up these hills. All right, back on trail. You can probably hear that manure tractor in the background too, maybe. At some point, we will have to have a bit of an uphill hike to get up into those hills. Yeah, almost no fall color left at all. There's one little scraggly bush over here that has a few yellow leaves on it. That's it. It officially looks very winterish in here right now. No snow yet, but the snow is coming. I always look forward to the first snowfall. All right, let's see what else awaits us up here. I've never been on this section of the trail, so who knows? Like, if you watch my other videos, sometimes we come across all kinds of interesting stuff, from foundations to old trucks. So we'll see what we find up here. And while I remember, I do want to say happy Thanksgiving to all of you. Of course, it's the day before Thanksgiving. For me, I don't know by the time this video's up, we'll be well into December, but that's the way it is with these videos, uploads. There's always a backlog to them. So, but anyway, I hope you do have a happy Thanksgiving. I know times are tough for a lot of people because of the ongoing situation, but I hope things are going well for all of you, that you do have a good time during the holiday season as well, regardless of the situation. And we are slowly going up and up. Things are looking a lot more hilly. And I do want to address quick too the whole backlog to the videos, because I think that confuses a lot of people a little bit, the timing of my videos. Of course, many of you know already that when I film a video, I don't upload it that same day. Like currently, I have maybe like 13 videos waiting to be uploaded. Some of those are edited and some are not yet. Some of them, the footage is just on my computer. I haven't edited it yet. So when you see a video like today, or like when some of the trips I go on, people still, when I upload that video, a lot of people still think I'm out on that trip and I'm not. I've been home like 2 weeks already. But it just makes things easier in some ways. Instead of like living paycheck to paycheck or living video to video, I have a savings account of videos, you know, in the bank, you can call it that. So it just helps with, you know, for some reason I can't film for a while. If I get hurt or I'm just busy or the weather doesn't cooperate, I still have plenty of videos banked up to upload. It allows me to upload consistently too. Like I've been uploading roughly every other day now. And it allows me to do that as well. Because there are times where I go for a week or so without filming, but I still have those banked or backlogged videos enabling me to upload consistently yet. That's kind of why I do it that way. Just works out well, in case you're wondering. If not, then sorry you had to hear all that. But anyway, I know a lot of people will get, you know, like I upload a video, they think, oh, you know, you need to, while you're out there, make sure you visit such and such. Well, I'm not out there anymore, so anyway. All right, I'm done yapping. Well, there are some interesting features. You can see ahead, there's a definite cut going through the hill there. That's definitely man-made. Looks like there might be something on the other side. And where did they put all that dirt? Well, right here. Looks like they piled it up right here. It ends right there. Almost looks like an old railroad bed. Don't think that's what it is though, but it has that look to it. I'm not sure what they were doing out here. If they were trying to mine for something or what. And there's another pile out there. So, all right, well, we're gonna continue on. Maybe we'll find some interesting stuff. Somebody was out here digging at one time. Yeah, here's a closer look at that cut that I was looking at earlier, because the trail goes right along here. And up ahead there is something bigger, definitely man-made. There's quite the pit up here. Yeah, that's a pit. Yes, I'm not sure why or what they were digging for here. Maybe down there's that cut follows down there, and then down there was that other thing we were walking on. All right, your guess is as good as mine, but we're going to continue onwards and upwards. Yeah, so I'm noticing a lot more smaller pits. Right here's a pit, a smaller one right over there. So I'm not sure if these are just, if they're looking for something, a mineral or something to mine. There's some of these smaller ones are just test pits. See, like right up here is another little pit, slightly bigger. Yeah, so somebody
Was having a grand old time digging out here, looking for something. Yep, here's another one. Alright. Or maybe someone just got bored. Came out the woods to dig pits. Yeah, there's just all over the place. There's two more up in there. So I'm not super familiar with this area, so if you know what those pits are or have a better idea, you can let us know in the comments. They could also be potentially for charcoal. I don't know if they made the pits that deep though. I know they would clear out a depression for the whole charcoal making process. Not going to get into that in this video, but you can find those out in the woods sometimes too, but those don't really quite look like, anyway, but like I said, if you know what those are, you can let us know down below in the comments. Alright, still going upwards. And just up ahead is another one of those cuts through the woods here. You see it going up that way. It looks like kind of uses a trail too. Of course the AT goes that way, but here's looking down, almost like an old road going down the mountain. But I almost kind of feel like following that. Let's see. I might follow that just a little bit since I'm curious. Well, it looks like this just continues on for quite a while down the other side of the mountain. I don't really want to go that way today. That's not our objective, so let's turn around and get back on the Appalachian Trail. So I think up ahead might be the top of our journey. Not necessarily end, because I do want to hike to the junction with the White Rocks Trail to complete the section, but this might be the height of our journey. I see a sign up here. A couple of signs maybe. Let's walk up here together. I think this is probably a sign for the Cumberland Valley though. Oh, it's turning around. Yeah, welcome to the Cumberland Valley. So this is officially the end of the Cumberland Valley. Of course, we gotta continue on a little bit though. A little bit more to get to the White Rocks Trail. Definitely gaining some elevation. Looks like we are going all the way to the top here. And I'm thinking we might have some sort of an overlook up here too. Although I hear people up here, so we won't be alone. Phew. And up here we are. Kind of an overlook. You can see out through the trees there a little bit. Nice piney woods up here. Alright, so this is definitely the high point of today's trail. Well, height-wise. I wonder if this has a monument on the side or a plaque, and it does. Oh, this is Center Point Knob then. That's pretty cool. Alright, so I wasn't sure if the AT would take us actually to Center Point Knob or not. Felt like on my map that I had, it didn't quite look like it was taking us there, but anyway. Maybe the trail got rerouted at one point. But anyway, it does. We're up here. But now we have to actually descend down a little bit too, where the White Rocks Trail is. I was hoping the way back would be all downhill, but anyway, it doesn't really matter. It's cool up here. So anyway, we're going to descend down the other side of the knob and join up, like I said, where the White Rocks Trail comes along. But you know, maybe, I wonder if I'll put that badge, that sticker, that badge up here at Center Point Knob. Let me think about that for a moment. Alright, so I have decided to put the first sticker, the first channel badge, up here at the top of Center Point Knob. I think this will be a good spot for it. So here it is. I did put a number 1 on the back. I have WW for the Wandering Woodsman, and down at the bottom it just says Series 1. I think I'm gonna do that for now because there'll probably be different, you know, types of these in the future, different patterns and stuff. But this is the first series. It's number 1 of the first series. So there it is. And I'm going to put it in a baggie as well. It seals, so it'll be weatherproof. So if you do find it, it won't be like all damp and nasty. So I'm going to hide it down here, and then I'll show you where it is, so that if you come here looking for it, you should be able to find it easy enough. But at the same time, other people that come up here won't necessarily find it and just like destroy it. So anyway, let me get it set up here, and then I'll show you where it is. All right, so right up there is the monument. Just down below us is a nice sized rock. I've dug out a little crevice. We're gonna stick this down in there. Kind of dug it out a little bit. And then I'm gonna pile all these pine needles on top of it and then push this rock over top of it, and that's where it'll be. All right, so right there she is. There's the big rock, there's a little rock right underneath there. You'll find it. Because like I said, it's just down from the monument. And I'm gonna record all the sites, because this should look familiar. This is a gift I got from someone as well, this nice little leather folder thing, and these field books. I'm going to record each location in one of these notebooks and try to keep track of the people that find them, or when they're found and stuff like that. So that'll be kind of fun. Okay, so once again, there is the monument for Center Point Knob. The Appalachian Trail goes that way. That's where I came up, but it also goes down that way as well. But off down here is that rock. There's a couple of rocks. There's a big rock there, but it's this one right here, and then there's that little rock on the edge and buried in the ground, and the pine needles is where you'll find that badge, that sticker. All right, so I am going to continue on. I have to get down to, like I said, where the junction of the White Rocks Trail is to finish this section. And like I said, if you're the one that finds that, if you could, it would be cool to let me know somehow by email or message or comment, even if you have a picture of it too, to verify you found it. Because I do want to keep track of, and like I said in that notebook, of when I placed them and then when they were actually found. That's gonna be fun, I think, if they're ever found. Like I said, sometimes that might make it a little bit harder to find. And I think just like that, we are at the White Rocks Trail, because the AT continues that way. I think they reblazed the White Rocks Trail this darker blue. Used to be a lighter blue color. Used to be a sign here somewhere. Okay. Let me take a moment, because this looks like the spot. Because I think I remember taking a break there when I hiked this trail last time. Yes, those blue blazes are for the White Rocks Trail, and that's another way to get up here to Center Point Knob. Like I said, I just did that hike recently with some people. I remember this area, but there used to be some signs here, but it looks like the sign fell down. I can see up in the tree there where it used to be. It used to have signs for the White Rock Trail and giving you distances for the Appalachian Trail. But right up there is Center Point Knob if you come this way. And so begins my journey back. Gotta hike back up to the knob again. And I'll try to put the coordinates down below in the description as well, in case, just to help you find the place better if you're not exactly sure where I am. Of course, like I said, there's a backlog of these videos, so it'll be up there waiting for several weeks. But I'll try to record the date of the upload as well, just to see how fast it's found, if it's found. I was gonna eat lunch up here, but it's a little bit breezy up here, so I think I'll wait until we get further down. But anyway, as usual, I'm not gonna film a whole lot on the way back. Just give you a progress report every now and then. And of course, once again, up here is Center Point Knob. There's the monument. There's our little buddy, the little rock next to it. But we'll continue on this way. Back to Naomi. Alright, well this is going to be the end of the woods. We're going to be heading out into the fields again shortly where we started, but we're going to stop and have some lunch. It's 2 o'clock, so kind of a late lunch. This is where I stopped and had my break on the way up, but got my apple. Got some rye bread, no peanut butter on this time, but I've been using these a lot lately too. These, if I could talk correctly, these a lot lately. The tuna creations, the tuna salad. These are convenient because there's all you gotta do is tear the top off and just squeeze the contents onto the bread. Kind of easy and convenient. So I've been using those a lot lately as well. So I'm gonna sit here, have some lunch, and then we'll head out. It took me about an hour and a half to get to the top, and just about another half hour to get back down to here. All right, well, I'm gonna eat up. All right, we'll back out into the fields and to the freshly sprayed manure out here. Almost back in town. Just kind of on the other side of those trees over there. There's just one last look behind us where we were up in the hills. Not sure which one was Center Point Knob. I kind of wonder if it was that one right there. I do see some pine trees at the top of that one. But like I said, we're almost in town again. Alright, so I'm back in the little section of woods just before getting back into town, right across that bridge. So I'm going to say goodbye here in this video, so thanks for coming along. And I hope one of you finds that channel badge or channel sticker up there. Like I say, when you do, you can let me know or send a picture. And if you don't mind, I'll share that with other people then. I may spend some more time here filming at the lake again. Brought some bread. Maybe I'll see if the ducks and geese come up through and I can film them, but that'll be in another video if I do that. It is getting a little bit later too. But anyway, I'm yapping, so thanks for coming along, and I'll see you around.